what you're about to see is the 95 Luzern single scull final. The reason why this is an important race, and I hadn't seen it in a long time, and someone found it, and that's really cool, is that that was actually the fastest race I've ever had in the single scull. So let's have a look, because I'm not winning. I came in second. But it was fast. So let's have a look here. So in the foreground, this is Thomas Lange, my idol since ever. Unbelievably strong, powerful guy. Yuri Janssen, hey, it's interesting. He's going to win the race, but there's going to be a study about this technique. Chalupa and me, no beard. I was 23, I believe. Chop, he ended up winning the world championship that year. That's Porter. He won the gold medal in 92 at the Olympics and was going to race me a year later. I've got the white boat furthest out of bow number 3. And so off we go. There was a tailwind, great weather. And you know, when I look at my, now that I have coached quite a bit, I would coach myself slightly differently because I had a bit of a simultaneous power application as I was moving the boat. You know, I'm more of a sequential kind of power application guy, but here I hadn't had that much coaching, and I was in between coaches here pretty much. Marty Aitken, who ended up coaching me for the 96 Olympics and 2000 Olympics, took over in the fall of this year because I ended up bombing the World Championship in Finland, and I should have gotten a medal, but I came in last. That's a whole different story. I had just finished Brown University. I finished mid-year, half a semester early, and lived in Kent, Connecticut, because a fellow great man, Hart Perry, gave me room and board, and in return I was going to coach his third and fourth boat at Kent School. This guy Kopp, he's the one who ended up having a really long racing career and won the gold medal that year at the World Championship. And so there's a close-up here, and I again, I mean, you people can say, well, you're moving really fast, you know, but look, anyone that you ever see, oh, by the way, 1:35.66, this was going to be a massively fast race, okay, so 1:35. Warm water, by the way, warm water makes you row faster, okay, a little bit of tailwind will make you row faster, but when I watch myself row here, I'm thinking, ooh, that's a little bit heavy on the back, but it worked, right? Definitely was listening to myself, keeping my arms nice and straight. I would pace off Chop there because he was also always very consistent. He won the bronze medal at the 92 Olympics in the men's pair. The reason why you see more of me here, okay, I was leading, but it's Switzerland, so they were going to show off their Swiss rower a little bit more, right? Again, I was moving well, a little heavy on the back, right? But it's moving along, cool. Oh, coming up to 1,000 meters. This is where it's really interesting. Janssen, who ends up winning the race, is, I think, 4 seconds behind us. So he had a massively fast second 1,000. So we're coming through Janssen right now. Thomas Lang was still ahead of Janssen. And so they're going to show us the times. So 3:17, that's a 6:34 at the moment. And then Estonia, 3.4 seconds behind. Now it's going to get interesting, right? So I'm pushing along here. I do always question, why the heck am I rowing? Because it's painful. Why am I doing this to myself? Can it not be over already? Right? The third 500, pushing along, trying to drive it. And then bow number 5 is Janssen. So he starts throttling it up like a maniac. And the one thing, the foreground here is Thomas Lange. Background is Václav Chalupa. They're going to show Janssen. And then you're going to see that Janssen does not hold the oars evenly, but heck, he's fast. So he pulls the right oar, the port oar, out of the oar lock, and his right hand is not at the same spot as the left hand. Okay? So, but he's just cranking along. And earlier I watched the race, and he's outstroking me right now. I think he's outstroking me. Is he outstroking me, or I'm trying to match him? Wait a minute. I'm trying to fight him off. Okay, wait. So I'm trying to fight him off. So we're into the last 750 meters, I'm pretty sure right now. And I can sense him. Even though we had a lane in between, I saw him coming. Oh, that was the year before I became sponsored by Red Bull. So shout out to you, Armando Corti, if you hear this. I had Isustar here on the side. Head motion is not, I don't really like my head motion there. If I could be my own coach a few years back, I would have said, your head is a little bit high there. 4:58, I'm slightly behind Janssen. What's interesting in those last 500 meters is that I believe I pulled ahead of Janssen again. So he was going for it, and I had to fight him off. And then, and again, you can see how he holds the right oar. It kind of slips down with the hand. And so here we're battling it, coming up to the last 250 meters. So the body's screaming, the body wants to explode. I think the eyes want to pop out of the skull. So here we are just cruising along. There's going to be an aerial view that kind of shows where we're at in those last 200 meters. His left side is definitely more natural than his right side. His right side, he really draws tight with that right arm. Oh, here we go. So Chop is booking it, right? You see the nice little tailwind that we have and the flag up there. And here we are, just cruising in as hard as we can. And, oh no. So the year earlier, I had 6:38 something. And that year, the year later, in 94, I was fast, 6:38. And here in 95, I was 6:37, 2600ths. And Yuri had a 6:37.01. So it's a great race. Again, like when I see the slow motion, I think about, oh, okay, you could have rode this faster. But I had very little coaching. Oh, this is important. Most of my training was without coaching. I mean, Harry Mann taught me a lot. But then in the United States, after 92, I did all my rowing on my own. And I only got coaching when I was in Switzerland. And then here's Yuri, a tough guy. It's just interesting how he is totally different with his left arm versus his right arm. And it's also interesting how the left leg is not fully extending with the right leg. I mean, those are things that, for me, coaching-wise today, it really matters, because how can you get most of the leg drive on if the legs are pushing unevenly? And that probably explains why his right hand is a little bit different. So, I hope you enjoyed this. It was great to find. What do I do now today for the last 20 plus years? I coach high school rowers to improve their ERG score so they can get recruited to a college of their dreams here in the United States. I've loved doing this. I'm still doing it, and it's so unbelievably effective. So go find me, eliterowingcoach.com, and I'll see you soon.